Hey, Gabriel here with the Icon Capture GPS Intelligence Brief for August 11th, 2026. All right, grant and research portfolio managers, we need to talk because this is one of those boards where if you only look at the opportunity count, you are going to misread the market. Here's what I want to do with you today. I want to walk through the new opportunity flow, the legislative and executive movement, the regulatory and court signals, and then bottom line what this means if you're actually managing a portfolio right now and trying to decide where to lean in, where to stay patient, and where you may be kidding yourself. Quick note before we get in. The GPS demand signal review is still open, 8 seats. The terrain that triggered this session has not shifted. Federal demand signal, 0 new opportunities in the pipeline. If you've been watching these briefs and thinking about it, today's board makes the case. Code GPS 533 holds a seat and the 30-day preview. Links in the description. So let's get right to the facts. Over the last 168 hours, GPS surfaced. 0 new opportunities posted on SAM.gov. 0 federal hiring signals across 0 agencies. And all of that is happening while market BCL is 0%, with 0 agencies stalled under the continuing resolution. Opportunity flow is currently showing a flat line with 0 new opportunities emerging in the past 168 hours. This quiet period might make portfolio managers anxious about the accessibility of new grants. Yet, it's essential to differentiate between raw volume and genuine accessibility. A high volume of opportunities doesn't always equate to better access if the quality and fit aren't there. The capture ticker, which I've been tracking, reinforces this notion by showing a stagnant trend in high-value opportunities. Moreover, the BCL percentage standing at 0 suggests there's no backlog clearance, which might be a red flag. When the backlog isn't moving, it can indicate a bottleneck somewhere in the pipeline, often legislative or policy-driven. For those managing substantial grant books, this stasis in flow requires a strategic approach towards existing portfolios, looking to optimize what's already on the table rather than hoping for new prospects. Finally, the absence of top postings and CR drag points to a potentially reshaping landscape where the policy current is outpacing the grant listing activity. It might imply that, while there's no shortage of policy shifts, these haven't translated into actionable opportunities yet. This is a pivotal moment to engage with policy signals actively and align them with longer-term strategic adjustments. Turning to secondary signals, the terrain holds and hiring spread offer intriguing insights. With no hiring activities or new agencies making moves, we see a market that's potentially mispriced in terms of talent allocation. For grant managers, this indicates a moment to capitalize on existing human resources, optimizing current team capacities rather than expanding or reallocating prematurely. Court opinions and lobbying clusters have both registered zeros, hinting at a period of dormancy in legal and advocacy activities. This lack of movement might suggest that stakeholders are either recalibrating their strategies or waiting for clearer signals from the policy front. For those adept at reading this tape, the smart move lies in anticipating where these stakeholders' next steps might surge post-stasis. Interestingly, while some might see this as a lull, it's actually an opportunity to scrutinize underlying policy shifts that are quietly reshaping demand conditions. Portfolio managers who can interpret these subtle undercurrents will be well positioned to make savvy portfolio adjustments when the market wakes up. This is a time for strategic patience, allowing the policy landscape to clarify, which will, in turn, reveal where the smart money should flow next. The current funding climate is characterized by a stagnant market with 0 opportunities and agencies stalled, prompting a critical reassessment of submission strategies. Ask yourself, are we aligning our submissions with the latest policy shifts that are reshaping demand conditions? How can we anticipate and adapt to legislative and executive changes to maintain competitive positioning? What contingencies are in place to address potential terrain holes and ensure project continuity? Our conviction remains firm. A proactive, data-driven approach is essential to navigate these challenges, ensuring that we are not just reacting to market conditions, but strategically positioning ourselves for future opportunities. One more time on this, because the brief we just walked through is exactly the argument for it. The capture terminal. Same intelligence we just read, filtered to your book, running overnight. The GPS demand signal review is still open. 8 seats. The terrain that opened this session is still holding. Code GPS 533 at communities.theicon.ai/capture the-govcon-elite. Window closes August 14th at midnight. 0.0 million records. 4 verticals ready. Provenance traced from bill to award. Like and subscribe if you're managing a federal grant, research, GovCon, or commercial portfolio. I drop a new GPS brief every weekday. All links, terminal preview, Shipley sessions, live cohort calendar, and the full brief are at communities.theicon.ai/capture/the-govcon-elite. Register free and it's all there. This is Gabriel. I'll see you tomorrow. I just wanted to let you know that you will be disconnected